In this video, we're going to go over the differences between USB and XLR microphones, and you'll find out which one is right for you and your podcast. We'll also take a listen to a sound comparison between recording via USB and XLR. So when we're talking about USB and XLR, we're talking about the connector that you plug the cable in to connect your microphone. So you're likely very familiar with USB connectors already. They're the ones that you'll find in a lot of devices like your phone. You can get the older style, the rectangular one, and the USB-C, the smaller rounded rectangle. And as you can see on the bottom of this microphone here, there's a USB connector there. USB microphones also have a built-in preamplifier or a preamp, which increases the signal of your voice that's being recorded. You can plug them directly into your computer and get started with recording your podcast with minimal effort. An XLR connector, on the other hand, is a larger, round, 3-pin connector like the one here, and requires an XLR cable to connect to, like this one. And they require a little bit more effort to get set up because you can't plug them directly into your computer. They also don't have a preamp built in, which means the signal would be recorded at a very quiet level. So to record an XLR connected microphone, you'd need something to plug it into between the mic and the computer, like a mixer or an audio interface, which we'll talk about in just a moment. So when should you opt for a USB microphone and when should you choose an XLR connection instead? Well, if you want to keep things as simple as possible, then USB is the way to go. It's perfect for solo podcasts or remote interviews where you don't want to get bogged down with the technical side of things. And if you want to keep it as simple and portable as possible, then a USB mic like this Audio Technica ATR 2100X is a great way to go. You can just plug it directly into your computer and it will pop up as a recording device in Riverside or Zoom or whatever recording app you're using. One thing that USB mics don't do very well though is recording 2 people or more in the same room. Most computers and microphones will only allow you to connect one USB microphone, meaning that to record 2, you'd need 2 computers in the same room to record them separately. Alternatively, you can get yourself an audio interface and plug in 2 XLR microphones at the same time, like this Focusrite Vocaster. As you'll see on the back of the Vocaster 2 and a lot of other audio interfaces and mixers, there are 2 XLR inputs and also a USB connection. So you plug this box into your computer and then you can plug 2 or more mics if you're using an interface with more microphone inputs and record them as separate tracks. It will have some software that you'll need to install, although some USB mics also require you to install their software. And then whichever software you're using, if it's a digital audio workstation, you'll be able to create a track for each microphone and set the input to the corresponding input on the interface. Or if it's something like Riverside or Zoom, again, you'll see in the input list that it comes up saying Focusrite, Scarlett, or whatever brand of interface you're using. Another benefit of using XLR mics is that they're typically higher quality. They are less prone to noise and they also provide more flexibility. You can switch out your mics, you can control your volume and headphones and everything from the interface itself. So based on these factors, if you want to keep it as simple and as portable as possible, then a USB microphone would work just fine, like the ATR 2100X or a Shure MV7. If you want to ensure maximum recording quality, you want to record more than one person in the same room and you want that extra flexibility, then you can go for the XLR option. Both of the microphones that I've mentioned in this video have USB and XLR inputs. So if you're not sure where your podcast is going to go, you think it might end up having guests eventually, you could pick yourself up something like a Shure MV7, use the USB input, and then you've also got the XLR option if you do end up inviting guests on in the future or you want to expand your setup. I'll leave links to all this equipment in the description, but now we're going to have a quick listen to a sound example comparing the USB and XLR recording from my Shure MV7. This is only one example of a microphone. Of course, all microphones sound different. Some you might not even notice the difference between the USB and XLR, but I just wanted to give you an idea and something tangible to help you to understand how they could sound different. Hello, I'm testing the Shure MV7 dynamic microphone via USB. 1, 2, 3. Hello, I am testing the Shure dynamic microphone via XLR. 1, 2, 3. So you'll notice with this particular microphone, the USB connection is more prone to noise, and I actually recorded a second test with the MV7 using the USB connection into my laptop, and this noise was reduced, meaning that obviously something within my setup on my desktop computer is causing it to pick up some kind of noise, but whatever system I use to record the XLR, it's not affected. This isn't something I've experienced with my Audio-Technica microphone, but the quality is slightly higher when I record using the XLR connection. And there you have it, a closer look at USB mics versus XLR mics for your podcast. Whichever your situation, whatever kind of podcast you have, there's a right mic for you. If you have any more questions, then just let me know in the comments. And if you do pick out a mic, then also it'd be great to hear what you do decide. For more podcasting tips and tutorials, hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.